the Batman is in trouble. And I put on my Twitter like, yo, okay, because Hollywood Reporter confirmed it. The Batman has been delayed till 2027. And then I said, Matt Reeves is lacking. When are we going to start asking the real questions? Matt Reeves, the Batman, the first one, if I'm not mistaken, came out in like January or February of 2022. Bro, we are about to go into 2025. And that means by the year 2027, it would, and I presume that when it comes out in 2027, if it comes out in 2027, it's going to come out probably in the summer. Who knows? But at that point, it will be over 5 years since we've had a Batman film. And I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute. Something ain't adding up, bruh. Matt Reeves, ain't you the dude that went to DC Fandom and had this whole big presentation hyping up your universe? How, if I'm not mistaken, Warner Brothers gave you your own time slot. You took over most of DC Fandom talking about your Batman universe. Not just the Batman movie, but you talked about the universe of characters, how Gotham's going to be a character. You talked about how the expansion of the DC universe starts and ends with your Batman Matt Reeves universe. I never liked that idea. Number one, because you stole the Batman script idea from Chris Wozniak. I don't care that he lost in the courts. I see that you took some of that shit, bro. And I understand, and I believe, and I have believed that you're a fraud, bro. I think you're a creative fraud. And I've never got off of that. But I don't do the biases. I just didn't like how you dealt with the whole Batman controversy stuff when people were pressing you. I always felt that DC has been bigger than Batman. I believe that in order to be a DC fan, you got to be more than just a Batman fan. Being a Batman fan is not enough to, you can't call, I'm a DC fan because I love Batman. No, it's more than that. And I've always known that even when this Batman news for the last 4 years has been talked about, because we got the rumors of a sequel the day Batman hit theaters. So for the last 2.5 years, we've been asking for, we've been talking about the sequel to Batman. And then I believe the original release date for the sequel was, Chad, help me if I'm wrong, was it not 2024? I believe that the original release date was 2024. Now, I know that it was supposed to come out next year, officially 2025. I think it was 2025 initially. Yes, it was 2025 because Batman and Superman were supposed to release the same year. Yes, I'm remembering. Then they pushed it to 2026. So I'm like, okay, it's got an official 2026 release date because the Batman was supposed to go head-to-head with Avengers Doomsday, Spider-Man 4, and Supergirl. We were going to get Supergirl and the Batman sequel in 2026. But all throughout this year, especially when it comes to me, what have we been hearing about Batman? Because a lot of the fans understand, I didn't think that this was a good Batman film, y'all. That's not a good Batman film. That's not even a good Batman. Wide cam has an echo. Let me see. Okay, thank you. Thank you, John Bat. We should be good now. Okay. I think that Matt Reeves' Batman is not really Batman to me. I think it's a great detective crime Gotham story. I thought that the film is pretty good. I give the Batman like a B-. That's where I'm at. I think I gave it a B- when I reviewed it. A B or a B-. Solid grade in my opinion for him to not be Batman. His name is Vengeance. Walked around like Vengeance, didn't really have his moral code that he abided by. He didn't have any of the characteristics outside of having an Alfred and a mansion that really warrants him being Batman. And I know that maybe a lot of people said, oh, it's year 2 Batman. He's just figuring it out. Well, I would contradict that with saying Batman Begins was year 1 Batman, and he already had his shit on lock. In Christopher Nolan's Batman Begins, that boy went away for 8 years, came back as Batman in the same goddamn movie. He was spelunking, jumping off of cliffs, saving people, tracking down Falcone and the freaking Teddy toxins that was inside the bears. He was getting it done, bro. And in fact, in Batman Begins, did he not save all of Gotham? Did he not take down Ra's al Ghul? And he was Batman for like a year? He was probably Batman for 3 months before the time where he was challenged and had to save Gotham against Ra's al Ghul and the League of Shadows. That was an epic freaking movie. Batman Begins destroys this movie on every level. So I don't really want to hear, oh, it's just a year 2 Batman, give him a break. No, because Batman Begins was a year 0 Batman, and he was really Batman, unlike him. So understand, I gave this a chance because I still think that it's, cinematically, Matt Reeves is good with the camera, looked great, looked cinematic, but it just didn't look Batman. To let you guys know how I feel about it, Man of Steel is a fantastic film, but it is a trash Superman movie. Man of Steel as a film is excellent, but as a Superman movie is garbage. That's the exact same way I feel about this Batman. But even worse, because the Batman is not as good as of a film as Man of Steel as a film. If you're going to go off the trough and be kind of like independent of what Batman really is and doing all that, you better be a fantastic film. But to me, that movie is not a fantastic film. Not only that, the hype and the buzz was faux. Because the Batman also underperformed in the box office, didn't it? It underperformed. How many people in the chat, let's be honest, because we're live right here on Jody's Corner. Make sure you're checking us out. Live every Wednesday, Friday, around 3 p.m. That's where you can find me live. We can talk. Because I'm opening the phone lines. People going to talk to me because I ain't done yet. How many of y'all think back to 2022. Think back to 2022. How many of y'all believed that the Batman, with all its hype, was going to make $1 billion? Yes or no? How many of y'all thought that the Batman was a surefire Billy? Coming off of a whole trilogy of Batman that two of them made $1 billion. All that hype, how many of y'all thought it was going to make $1 billion? I'm taking a look at the chat. No, nah. Nah, I believed. Nah, 900 million. Chat saying no. 3-hour noir film ain't making that. Okay. Well, the temperature up of the live stream of Jody's Corner, because it seems like they know better, didn't predict that it would even make $1 billion. But I know a lot of y'all did. A lot of y'all first timers seeing my channel right now. A lot of y'all saying that I'm freaking crazy. Because for a Batman movie, after The Dark Knight Rises, with the Matt Reeves, the DC fandom, all that hyper production, with the reveal of Robert Pattinson as Batman, which was a freaking, the reveal where he comes out, dum, 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 and he comes with the red, shows the suit. Everybody was gassing it. DC fandom trailer was going through the roof. A lot of y'all, instant billion. That's the temperature of it. Deadpool and Wolverine. A lot of y'all think instant billion. Y'all were right on that. We were not right with this. This movie made $750 million. It underperformed. Even Warner Brothers knows that it underperformed. I believe that Matt Reeves, while $700 million is a great figure. Because I'll be honest, if Superman makes $750 million, I'm doing claps through the roof. I'm freaking doing a hopscotch, motherfucker. I'm hopscotching. Because Superman's stock is very low. Batman's has been high for 20 years, bro. The Dark Knight trilogy started in 2005. We are in 2025. That was 20 years ago that Batman Begins come out. I understand that didn't make $1 billion because it was 2005 before the superhero boom. But in 2008, The Dark Knight hit $1 billion. And in 2012, The Dark Knight Rises hit 1.1 billion, I think. Well, almost 1.1 billion. Did better than The Dark Knight. 2 back-to-back Batman movies hit 1 billion. Bane was a huge thing. Look at my Bane. The memes was everywhere. The stock of Batman, even to this day, is still high. If you ask anybody who's the most popular, who's the most pushed, who's the most beloved, blah, 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 of DC, everybody's going to say Batman. Batman is the guy who gets it done. You can always rely and bank on Batman. But when Batman isn't being made by the proper director, Batman will suffer. And it's suffering because I'm trying not to be, I got to keep it a stack, bro. That ain't Batman, homie. That ain't my Batman. I'm going to tell you right now. That ain't my Batman. It's not. This is not my Batman. After all of that I've seen, there's nothing Batman oozing out of his body. Not enough Batman. I'm sorry. What's making that cowl? I don't like the suit, but whatever the suit, get over it. He is an emo Robert Pattinson vampire boy. And he looks like Nightwing, and he has a Nightwing body. He doesn't even look strong. He looks skinny and weak and feeble and emo. I don't want no emo, feeble, weak, always ordering DoorDash, Uber Eats because he don't want to go outside Batman. You can miss me with that shit. He was struggling pushing that table. Freaking shoulder blades was piercing out of his back. I didn't know if it was him or if it was freaking Joaquin Phoenix's Joker from the back. I remember what he said when he was doing training. Everybody y'all said he's trolling. When his trainer publicly came out and said he's not going according to the meal plan. He's not doing the workouts that he needs to do to get his physicality. And Robert Pattinson said, it is what it is. He didn't do any of that. He didn't go by what his trainer told him to do. He didn't go with the meal plan. He didn't do the exercises. He had that surfer bro body. And then I see these characters over at Marvel getting yoked. I've seen this fool Chris Evans go from cellular to Captain America, dog. Chris Hemsworth. Henry Cavill, Man of Steel. I mean, even Guile, she gained freaking 30 pounds of muscle, toned herself out. She got nice and meaty. Ben Affleck even got himself in shape. And, he's not really that type of guy. We see all these characters getting in these great shape. And then you got this Batman, and you hear things. Because I remember, I'm covering all of this stuff in real time. Y'all probably forgot. Y'all probably remember. He wasn't doing the meal prep plan in order to get to where he had to go. Jackson, you say steroids. Yes. Take the steroids then. They all do it. All of them do it. Every one of these actors who got yoked like that, almost every one of them, steroided up because it's an easy way to get buff, get big, swole, and all that. Christian Bale gained 50 pounds of muscle, dog. And this was back in 2005, before it was already expected for you to change and transform your body. He gained 50 pounds of muscle for Christopher Nolan's Batman. And that tells me dedication, effort, and love and passion. We didn't get that with Robert Pattinson. And I gave him a chance. But in this time, at this moment, for DC Rises, this ain't looking good for us, bro. This ain't looking good for us. We all seen the trailer for Superman. Most of us got excited. A lot of you guys almost want to bring me to tears. I'm so grateful that so many of you guys are receptive to James Gunn's Superman. So many of y'all are like, dang, bro, I like the Man of Steel, but nah, this look fire too. And then I'm seeing people on Twitter like, dang, Henry Cavill's Superman, Zack Snyder's Superman was wrong. He wasn't the right one. I seen a tweet of some girl on the internet saying, I just rewatched Man of Steel and BVS, and oh my God, this ain't Superman. That made me feel good to hear, to read. We're coming up out of here. We rising up in here, bro. And this is a project of the old. You remember when this came out? This is around the time where Flashpoint was being reshot and had those issues. Black Adam, he was talking about taking over DC. The what is it? The power structure of DC is about to change forever. He was hijacking DC, doing whatever the freak he wanted to do. This was right after the Snyderverse was being wiped away and they were just throwing stuff at the wall. That's what this is a product of. When Matt Reeves came out, he came out during the transitional phase. Matt Reeves is not a product of James Gunn. Matt Reeves was on board before James Gunn even got here. And James Gunn says he could do his thing. His Batman is not in the DCU. I gotta tell you, it's either you in the DCU or you don't matter, dog. You got to be, and what I mean by, I'm talking about main characters, right? I'm talking about if you are a Justice League member and you're not in the DCU, you need to go to Max. You're confusing us, bruh. I'm saying it with my chest. I want him gone. He need to go. We need to send him to Max and his whole universe. Matt Reeves, you can still do your thing. Send that to Max. Make a whole like Max verse of your Matt Reeves universe. Because I never liked the idea of DC moving forward, but yet you got your own slice of the pie where you can make a Matt Reeves universe that's not going to be a part of the DCU? No. No. That's not how you win. That's not how you get it done. That's the old way of telling stories where you release a one independent movie one at a time when they don't connect. That's the way of the dodo, bro. We move beyond that. We're further than that. You need to be in the universe. And I got to tell you, every time I see this ugly red background with that ugly cowl, knowing that whack director that's going to make this freaking depressing emo Batman come out, and you got the nerve to say what is being said, the script ain't even done. You ain't even got the script made for this movie, dog. There's no script for this movie. What you been doing for the last 3 years? Oh, I thought you looked like a man at fandom that had everything under control. You had this motherfucker was so boring. He talked for 20 minutes and almost put us to sleep. He was with such the detail. Now, I understand respect. If you're a Batman fan, you're eating it up. But it was very boring because he was talking. Oh, we're going to do this and this. Imagine this world in this shape. Gotham is this. Batman's that. Imagine a penguin. And I'm thinking to myself, like, you saying shit. But, bro, you got to show me. That don't work no more, dog. That don't work on us no more. I'm sorry. I'm a grown man. I'm past all those freaking faux freaking promises. No. You got to show me. And since DC Fandom, since this movie came out, you ain't shown me shit. People have been coming at you back. What's up with the Batman? What's up with them? No response. On quiet mode. And now all of a sudden, we hear, oh, the script's having some problems. We ain't done. Then we get a delay. Not to 2026, to 2027? I don't even know what Marvel has in 2027. I don't even think they go to 2027. Maybe Secret Wars is in 2027? You gonna put this up against Secret Wars? Please. The Marvel fan in me knows that ain't going down. So what I propose is that you finish your little stuff. Bring out this movie if you have to. But if I'm James Gunn, if I'm JG, I'm scrapping this movie now, bro. You're gone. And if you want to, we'll make you a Max universe. The Matt Reeves universe exists on Max. Because we don't need movies that look like this in the DCU. Because I tell you right now, I don't want that Batman next to my David Cornswet Superman. This is a Batman that looks like he does not belong in the DCU. Is it this view you guys say? Is this echoing? No, that one looks good. Oh, I found it. Sorry, guys. All right, that echo's gone. Let me come here. Oh, yeah, because we readjusted the studio for when we did our tabletop games. All right. What about the studio? Is this one good? This should be good. All right, cool. We're good now. What I'm getting from right here, dog. Thanks, chat. We don't want him in DCU. James Gunn is the creator, is the one making DCU content. James Gunn is the top boss. Of course, my man is all the way at the top. David, what's his name? Freak, I'm drawing a blank. Zaslav. But as far as the boss of DC, it's James. We can't have some guy over here calling his own shots, having his own little universe to the side, confusing us. Because what's the deal? I'll show you what the deal is. James Gunn says that the Batman 2 delay is that there isn't a full script. Matt is committed to making the best film he possibly can, and no one can accurately guess how long a script will take to write. In my opinion, this is him throwing shade at Matt Reeves. James Gunn is the type of motherfucker to go have some coffee and come out with a script and say, let's go. He's a knowledgeable, fast-writing motherfucker. So it reminds me of Tupac and Dr. Dre, how Tupac beefed with Dr. Dre because Tupac is in the motherfucking studio fresh out on bail. He knows he got a limited time. He's in there dropping tracks. He do 50 songs and then Dre finishing one. Pac is like, yo, this motherfucker taking freaking 3 weeks to make one track. I got 50. I'm like, Dre, what's up, bro? Let's get these beats popping. Yeah. I got one for you, Pac. It's called California Love. All right, for sure. What else? Because I got, look at this one. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, nigga, you tripping. Get me up. This motherfucker Dre working slow as shit. And that's exactly how James Gunn's probably seen it. Motherfucker, you had 3 years and you still ain't got a script? You've been working for 3 years. Oh, wait a minute. You haven't been working for 3 years, have you? Well, your script, dog. You ain't got the first thing you need is a script almost. Like one of the very first things you need is a script. Ladies and gentlemen, this movie might not come out. Rest in peace to the gang. Celebrate the life of Chadwick Boseman now and forever right here on Jody's Corner. You know what time it is. I'm in it right now. Elbert Choice, thank you, Elbert Choice. Shout out to you. He says, it would have been dope if they kept The Rock, Black Adam in the DCU. The power skill in the movie was epic and would have been great to see him throw down with Superman. I'm not of the mindset that Black Adam should be gone from the DCU. You could bring him back. I'm cool with that. But what he was doing was he was taking over, and that's what I didn't like. You know, The Rock's ego, $7 Productions, his team, you know how he be taking over stuff, like he hijacked Fast and the Furious, had Tyrese and had the whole cast upset with their hands in their pockets. They had to wait a whole year for Hobbs and Shaw to come out before they could start filming Fast 9. That's not right, and that's what The Rock does. And that's the problem that I had. And him lobbying to get Henry Cavill as Superman in his Black Adam. You know, we moving past that, bro. Shogun Assassin says, from 2021 to 2025, James made 3 films and 2 shows. I can't verify that, but I trust Shogun. In 4 years, he made 3 films and 2 shows. And here this motherfucker is talking about, I ain't got the sequel ready yet. It's been 3 years, homie. And James has said, who knows how long it's going to take for Matt to finish his Batman movie. We don't know. We can't estimate. That's him calling him out. Like, bro, get on your shit. And let me tell you, because I thought I had it here, but I guess I lost it. I be getting mad at myself sometimes. I think it's here in the DMs. Let me go ahead and find it for you. It was Andy Muschietti talking about what's going on with his Brave and the Bold. Guys, this is the director of Brave and the Bold. The Brave and the Bold is a Batman movie about the Batman family. You cannot have... I'm not for 2 Batmans, bro. That's what I don't want to do. I don't want 2 Batmans existing at the same time. You gonna have Matt Reeves Batman confusing motherfuckers, and you have this a more accurate Batman than the DCU confusing motherfuckers. I don't want that. I want a solidified universe, like a fist, like what Robert Baratheon said. What's the bigger number? 5 or 1? Cersei sitting there. 5. 1. One man, one mission with an army behind him and one purpose. The Dothraki will rape our people. Kept it a buck. We need unity, bro. Here's Andy Muschietti talking about how there is a slight delay to Brave and the Bold. Why do you think that is? Let's go to him.
Ideas originales. Estoy ahora escribiendo una peli de ciencia ficción. Me gustaría hacer. Y posiblemente.
Let's go ahead and translate this shit. He says the Batman, the Brave and the Bold project has been postponed a little bit, so he might want to do another film before that. So it's like, all right, damn, postponed a little bit, so I want to get a movie in. So his next movie is probably not going to be Brave and the Bold because there's a little bit of a delay. Why do we think there's a little bit of a delay? Let's put 2 and 2 together. Let's use our minds. Andy Muschietti is working directly with James Gunn. James Gunn is talking to Andy Muschietti. Andy Muschietti has to do what James Gunn says. James Gunn is the master planner of when a movie will come out. Why is he making his Batman delay along the same side as Matt Reeves' Batman too? Huh? Matt Reeves' Batman is going through a delay, so James is like, wait, hold on a little bit. I think, and this is not no scoop or nothing like that, this is what I'm thinking. I think that James knows that having 2 Batmans is for the birds. He came into DC, he never signed up to have Matt Reeves have his own thing, even though James said publicly, I'm cool with him having his own thing. But with this whole situation, I can't, with everything that James has been saying about continuity and having a universe and the DCU being everything, there's no way that he could be okay with potentially having another Batman while he's trying to do his Batman with Batman Brave and the Bold. Guys, he has to cast an all-new actor to be a DCU Batman. You don't want Robert Pattinson being Batman while you're trying to cast a new DCU Batman, because I guarantee you there's going to be issues. A lot of fans are going to like, give me Robert Pattinson. He's the only Batman. Oh, DCU Batman's whack. DCU Batman's the only one. Robert Pattinson, I could see the conflict already happening. I could see the confusion and the conflict. When that Superman trailer came out, it was a glimpse of just unity. Everybody was just they went from the 5 and became the 1 for a moment. I want to keep that motion going, baby. And having 2 Batmans not going to do it. There will be a time where a new actor is going to hit the news and we're going to have a huge celebration. New Batman actor announced. We're going to be like, who is it? Every time a Batman actor gets announced, it's a big thing. It's a huge thing because what does it mean? Longevity. It means that it's going to be something dope because it's Batman. It's grounded. And most actors who play Batman are A-list, dope freaking actors. So it's going to be a movement. It's going to be a thing. When that happens, who the freak don't care about this Batman, dog? Who gonna care about him? When the DCU Batman gets cast, ain't nobody thinking about no Robert Pattinson. Let's keep it a whole stack. When a DCU Batman comes, and I'm sure that James is going to cast somebody that, I'm going to predict something. James Gunn's going to cast somebody that looks like Batman, that has a body or will get a body of Batman. While we got this big head cowl, weird emo freaking Batman sitting around. When you see that actor who's going to be the DCU Batman, and then when you see that real Batman suit reveal, and you see Damian, you see freaking Batgirl, you see Nightwing, and when you see the trailer, just like this Superman trailer, motherfucker's going to be popping buckets. Motherfucking nutsack's going to be empty. Nipples will be erect. Ain't nobody going to be thinking about this Batman. This Batman is easy to outshine. This Batman is easy to outshine. It's not going to take much. And then when you get a motherfucking possibly Danny Elfman or dope Batman iconic legendary score, stop playing with me, dog. Wait till you see that Alfred, bro. Stop playing with me, dog. I know what's coming. You might see Deathstroke, Damian Wayne. Stop playing. Stop playing. We're going to instantly be like, that's Batman, bro. What about this? And I think James knows that, bro. So I feel like he's delaying to make some moves, see what's happening, bro. In my opinion, I would cancel the Batman, bro. I wouldn't even release this movie. And let me tell you this, it's important that we go back, because one of the very first things that you need to start making a movie is a freaking rough draft, a script of some sort. And he doesn't even have that. So James Gunn, who is a writer, who knows what it takes, and he knows how easy it can be to create at least a rough draft of a script. Hell, Patty came in with a Wonder Woman 3 script, and it wasn't nothing to her. Here's the Wonder Woman 3. Here it is. She made a Superman movie script. She wrote one. And you, Matt Reeves, you don't even have a script, and it's been 3 years, dog? James Gunn, the writer, has to be like kind of like disgusted in that. I would be. There's nothing I hate more than lazy motherfuckers, liars, and thieves. When motherfuckers be lazy, just not doing shit, I'm trying to be productive, and you over here lacking, that gets on my nerves. So it's like, dang, bro, what are you doing? If it was me, I'm scrapping the Batman, bro. I wouldn't even put this out. Now let's look at it. It makes sense now understand scrapping the Batman is going to be polarizing. James doesn't want that type of publicity. He don't want to cause conflict inside of the DC fandom, and I get it. So likely the Batman will come out. But what I'm saying, it should be on Max. Look at what the Penguin did. The Penguin electrified audiences. So many people like the Penguin. The Penguin is the real deal. It is a really good, entertaining series. It is very entertaining. And the object of media, as far as like TV and film, is to be entertaining. That's one of the, if you could be entertaining, you're doing a good job. And the Penguin, while I don't agree with some of the writing choices, I was glued to the screen. I was heavily entertained. And there on Max can exist a universe for you, Matt. And you just existing on Max is enough of a divide to where the fandom could be like, all right, you're a Max Batman. This is the DCU Batman. Brave and the Bold Batman. That's the one that we're going to roll with. Or you can roll with either one. But the point is that when you're here on Max and we got one on the big screen, there is no division no more. You know what I'm saying? Penguin worked out well. You can make your universe there. It's basically the CW upgraded though, on crack, dialed to 11. That's what Max could be. We already see Green Lantern. The Lantern series is going to be coming out on Max. Because from what I see, there's not enough faith in the Lantern series. So they said, let's put it on Max and see what it does. Because Jon Stewart has never had a film. So, you know, and the Green Lantern is still fighting the Ryan Reynolds 2011 mockery. You know what I'm saying? So it being on Max makes a whole lot of sense to me, because when you look at the bigger picture of the DCU, we need characters in the same universe that will be in each other's movies. I want to see Batman and Superman in Batman's Batmobile drinking coffee on a stakeout, bro. I need that shit, bro. I seen that shit in the Justice League. I need that, bro. That's the type of stuff that I need and I want in my life. Give it to me. I want them to be existing in the same universe, bro. You know that's not going to happen with this Batman right here. That's not going to happen in the Matt Reeves universe with our Superman. Nah, bro, we don't. That's for the birds, bro. This is me, and I'm a Batman fan, but I'm sorry. I haven't even want to rewatch this movie, y'all. in my opinion, the rewatchability of this thing. I mean, he was supposed to be a detective, and he wasn't even a good detective, bro. El Rata? Motherfucker, you don't know Spanish? That's crazy to me. You got Commissioner Gordon doing riddles and shit. And I'm like, come on, man. I just don't. I already see the. And it'll be perfect for Max. But for the theaters, man, we need Robin. We need motherfucking Nightwing. We need the Batcave. We need Batmobiles, real ones. Batcycle, Batplane, all that shit. You need to give me all of that. Because we all want that, bro. We want to see Gotham. We want to see Commissioner Gordon. We want to see that freaking cop detective motherfucker that's always being a douchebag prick. We want to see the freaking... We want to see Gotham exploited in a comic booky way. We want to see Batman do a cartwheel, dog. I'm still waiting to see. We seen it with... Flashpoint gave us the best Batman we ever seen. The warehouse fight scene got wiped by that Flashpoint Batman. Michael Keaton Batman was doing karate, blocking bullets. He was doing Batman shit, bro. We are long overdue for that. In a DCU, bro. I want Batman to do somersaults while throwing 3 batarangs in the guns, knocking it off, somersault, kick, flip, ninja. That's what, it's time for that. Because Superman, he's bringing that Superman shit. Now it's time for Batman to bring some of that Batman shit, bro. I don't want to see this motherfucker with a big head getting beat up by thugs. I'm tired of it. Dun, 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 dun. Motherfucker was just screaming off of that. He punched the guy. Yeah. Motherfucker was like, oh, look at Batman. He just did 10 punches in a row. Miss me. I need to see martial arts, bro. I need to see the world's greatest detective go to work. I want to see Bruce Wayne. I'm sorry. His Bruce Wayne is garbage. The worst Bruce Wayne is him and Val Kilmer. I don't know which one's worse, Val Kilmer or Robert Pattinson. One got blonde hair, blue eyes, which is a travesty, and wears high heels with bat nipples. And the other one is emo. Looked like he got a freaking membership at freaking, what's the name of that shit? What was it? Oz, or what's the name of that other one? What's the name of that t-shirt, that gothic t-shirt store that have all the little superheroes on it? Freak, what was the name of that motherfucker? It'd be in the malls. I used to go there when I was younger. Freak, any of y'all know the name of that store? Not Spencer's, but it's close to Spencer's. Hot Topic, there you go. Thank you, Ringo. Look, he got a membership at Hot Topic, bro. Black fingernails and shit. Nah, bro, we don't need that, bro. We don't need that. We don't need a Batman where the freaking Uber driver and the Lyft driver all know this motherfucker by heart and his orders. Because he don't want to go outside and order food. We don't want to do that. So I'm saying it with my chest. The phone lines are now open. Woo! Shout out to my guy, Evil. Rest in peace to the king. Celebrating the life of Chadwick Boseman now and forever on Jody's Corner. Echo on the phone line theme. Okay, let me see. Really? Is Echo on that motherfucker? Oh, the number is up. What's up with it, man? You live with your boy Jody Joe. Talk to me. Let me drop this ringtone real quick. All right, I'm coming. What's up with it, caller? You live with Jody Joe. Talk to me, baby. Yeah.
What's up, Jody? How we doing?
Man, I'm doing great. Where you calling from? What's your name?
My name's RJ. I'm calling from Peoria, Illinois.
Shout out to Illinois. Shout out to you, RJ. How you feel?
I'm feeling good, brother. I'll be honest. I saw this Batman delay coming from a mile away. And I want to talk a little bit of Batman. I agree with you regarding the character. When this movie, just to backtrack a little bit, when the trailer for this film came out, I mean, I thought it was going to be the greatest thing since sliced bread, just because we'd never gotten that detective Batman. You know, like in Batman Begins, I think that's the purest Batman film we've probably gotten in the modern age, and I love that film. Love The Dark Knight. He does some detective work in that film, but Matt Reeves is out here touting how this is going to be the detective Batman film we've all desired for so long that's never been on screen.
Yes,
And I just felt like it came up short in so many ways. I mean, I think the thing that gets me the most about that first film is the iceberg lounge photos. When him and Gordon are pulling up all the iceberg lounge photos, every single one of those photos of Catwoman's girlfriend Annika, they're all taken from the same exact vantage point. They're shot from one angle, and it's from above a rooftop. And you end up finding out that all of those photos are taken from Riddler's apartment. So if Batman, who is supposed to be the world's greatest detective, looks at those photos and says, you know what? All 6 of these photos are shot from the same damn place. Maybe I should go investigate that area. He would have gotten to Riddler's. He would have gotten to Riddler's apartment immediately. But he's too dumb. He's too dumb. They don't even look at it, and the cops are too dumb. The GCPD, they're all idiots too. Yeah. This is something a basic beat cop looks at and says, hey, guys, these photos, whoever's stalking this girl, they're stalking them from this apartment up here. Or at least this building. Let's go investigate. But nobody does it. Why? Because Matt Reeves is not a good enough writer to realize that he was kind of giving away Riddler's location before the end of Act 2. And then the other thing, which I think is just indefensible, is when Batman finally gets to Riddler's apartment, and he's trying to figure out what the heck he needs to do. He has no idea what's happening. I mean, the guy's been solving Hallmark cards the whole movie. But then there's a cop in there, and he says, "Hey, you need a carpet tool." And he's like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah, I got an uncle in the carpet business." Batman needs a freaking guy with an uncle in the carpet laying business to progress us to Act 3. Are you shitting me?
Yes.
Sorry, I don't know if I can cuss on here.
Yes, you can.
But you got to be kidding me. So this Batman is just, I really, world's greatest detective, my ass.
You seem very frustrated because you wanted a detective Batman, and anybody who watched
detective Batman. Dude.
Anybody who watched Fandom in 2020. Matt Reeves went up there for 20 minutes and was talking about detective, what we were going to get.
Oh, he talked about.
You seem frustrated because you didn't get that.
I got it, but it was amateur hour. I mean, it really felt like he was trying to make David Fincher's Seven. But when I watched that film, I mean, Morgan Freeman's detective is basically a genius. He's so ahead of the curve the entire film. And, even Brad Pitt was kind of like...
He was the, I don't know what's going on. What do you think, bro? But even that was what he came up with in Seven. Even he was a better detective, in my opinion.
I agree. Even Pitt, Knock
Shadow,
he's young and coming up.
Thank you for the dono, my guy. Thank you, Knock Shadow. Shout out to you. Look at that. If you're looking at the screen of the stream, we have a great gif of Batman and Superman looking at each other in the face. I don't think that's going to happen with Matt Reeves. I don't think that's going to happen. Keep cooking, though. You cooking.
Yeah. Well, and I'll tell you what, man. So that's just my little rant about the first film. But in regards to part 2, I mean, I keep hearing people try to say that James Gunn, if this is his fault, and James Gunn had to come out today and be like, listen, guys, once again, this is not me. Yes, I run DCU, but Matt Reeves, I've given him the freedom to come up with his own little pocket universe and do his thing because the Batman made $750 million. Whatever, make your sequel. The guy just hasn't finished the story. He can't crack the story. And I think my opinion on the matter is he kind of, blew his load on the first film. I think he decided, okay, I'm going to make a Bruce Wayne who is basically Kurt Cobain from Nirvana. He's traumatized by his past. And, Kurt Cobain used kind of his trauma with his family upbringing, his anger with his father and his mistreatment as a youngster, use that to fuel his art, right? Well, Batman's going to use his trauma with the loss of his parents, and he's going to use that to fuel his agenda on crime as the Batman, but he's suicidal, just like Kurt Cobain. He's kind of going out into going out into combat with a bulletproof vest. Instead of dodging bullets, he walks into gunfire. You know, he craves the night that he can kind of put an end to this lifestyle and kind of maybe go join his parents. And that, like, basically, Batman in Reeves' film was kind of suicidal. If you look at it, he's walking into bullets. He doesn't care. He tells his homie, he's like, listen, I don't care what happens, you know. I don't care what happens to me.
He was definitely on the edge. Yeah. This was not a
He's
Batman.
on the edge, right? And that's the vibe of the whole movie, is that he's this kind of emo Kurt Cobain,
yep.
I'm mad, I hate my life. He wasn't even trying to be Bruce Wayne. And so that's kind of, I feel like that was kind of the gist of Reeves' idea there, was just like, oh yeah, he's Kurt Cobain. He's Kurt Cobain, but he's Batman. And I don't think he had much other than that. And so I think that kind of shows with this is the second 1 year delay we've had. I think he's struggling to figure out, well, how do I develop that character? How do I develop Batman from that point? Now that he no longer can afford to just be the angry guy who drives head on into traffic and puts people's lives at risk. I mean, this Batman drove into traffic and a semi blew up, a couple of cars, were obliterated. He didn't care about other people's lives. He was chasing the Penguin. And what does he do at the end? He shatters a glass ceiling above a stadium of people. You know how much glass fell on those people in the end of that film? I mean,
imagine in 2027 where James Gunn will be with his releases, because Supergirl is this far out. That's 2026. In 2027, yes. He's probably going to be halfway through his chapter 1 of Gods and Monsters, what we're going to get. And it's like, dang.
Yes.
2 years from now, we're going to get I don't know, bro. Do you think that they should scrap it? Do you think they should send him to Max? What do you think?
Listen, I think the character would be better off if you gave him a series. Another thing that kind of frustrates me with Penguin is everybody's giving Matt Reeves the credit. Dude, Matt Reeves came up with the basic storyline. Oh, here's the storyline. Penguin becomes the Kingpin of Gotham. That was kind of that was his addition to that show. Lauren LaFranc is the showrunner. Lauren LaFranc wrote the first episode, the second episode, and the finale. And there's a couple other writers, and then Craig Zobel basically directed the whole thing. It was that creative force that made that show what it is. I mean, Matt Reeves was an executive producer and nothing more. He was standoffish. She came up with, he's going to become a king.
And to talk about that,
into my movie.
To get back on that, you're right, because the way that Penguin was used in the Batman doesn't match how freaking epic and iconic that they're handling him in this series. And then it's going to be at a point
so much better in the series.
When Batman 2 potentially comes out, if it ever comes out, you're going to have a problem on your hands, because we got a Penguin over here fully developed, I would argue, more developed than the Batman is. And there's going to be a lot of fans.
You better not drop the ball on that character, because now you've made this character into, he is a kingpin, but you can't just have him be like in part 1. He was kind of just a gimmick. A
side guy. He was a fall guy. You can't do that when you have this series out. So you're going to have to. So, and I think that could be possibly why Matt Reeves is like, freak. They made that freaking series epic and shit, and I didn't even have a part for him really in my sequel like that. Think about that.
I guarantee it's part of it, dude. I guarantee that's part of it. I think there's a few different things going on. I think he's struggling to figure out how to progress Batman. I think he's struggling with how to develop a Bruce Wayne who actually goes in public and uses his charity functions. I mean, Bruce Wayne is the actual mask. Batman is Batman. He wants to be Batman. He's at a point where he craves Batman. He has to be Batman. He has to fight crime because of the trauma of his past, right? And then he uses Bruce Wayne. That's his real mask. He goes on in the public, puts on a happy face. He's the guy who's, he's got the girls, but he's throwing, parties for billionaires and charitable functions to help him use that money to fight crime. He uses that for resources to help himself fight crime. He uses it for information gain to help him fight crime, to get done what he needs to get done as the Batman. I don't know that Matt Reeves really knows how to tackle that with this guy, because he's kind of, how do you take him from the first film where he's basically a complete and utter introvert? He did no socializing whatsoever.
That's not Bruce Wayne. How are you going to make it
Christian Bale?
How are you going to do that?
He's going to be in the fountain.
How are you going to make him a confident swag player, pimp, freaking Adonis that gets all the bitches? I don't see how you're going to pull that off.
Yeah, it's going to be hard, dude. And I think he knows that, and I think he's feeling the weight of it right now. And I think Gunn, when you said Gunn's throwing a little shade, I think Gunn is throwing a little shade. I think he's doing it in a very James Gunn way, and like, hey, I'm the CEO of DC, and I'm just going to tell you how it is straight. And the way I tell it straight is going to be throwing shade just in the fact that it's how it is.
The fact that it's
he's
the
saying,
truth.
Like, listen, there's no script. I don't have the script. Like, I believe that Reeves has said that he sent, I think I've even read Gunn say that, I've gotten some pieces of script. Like, I've gotten a few scenes of the Batman Part 2. Yep. But there ain't no finished script. And Gunn's pretty adamant that he's not going to go the MCU route where, Kevin Feige for the longest time was greenlit, hot garbage. And half the time they reshoot it 6 times in a freaking, in a freaking year. And, sometimes it works out. A lot of times it doesn't. It worked out for the original Iron Man. They didn't even have a script. That movie's brilliant. But Gunn is very adamant that he wants to go in with, give me a finished script and let's go do it. Like that Clayface movie, that Mike Flanagan, Haunting a Hill House, Dr. Sleep. That's
about to be a fire movie, bro. That Clayface movie, and they're making it for.
He's one of the better writers in the game right now.
They said they're trying to make it for under like $30 million or something like that. They're gonna make it a legitimate horror freaking type, but that's actually gonna be fire, 100%. Bro.
Yeah, that's all Mike Flanagan does is horror. Yeah, he loves horror. He's obsessed with it. And if he had, this guy came up with a script 2 years ago, or Gunn like 2 years ago said, listen, if you want to do this, go write a draft, and if it's good, we'll talk about it. He comes back a year later, gives him a rough draft, and he's like, all right, this is good. Now make it the final thing, and if it's good enough, we'll do it. He comes back, and Gunn was like, and it was fantastic, so I greenlit it. And I mean, that's how it's got to go, That's the smart way to do it.
Yeah.
I'm up with a script. If it's good, let's go. And it sounds like Supergirl was that good as well, Like Supergirl, apparently the script was really good. And so what did they do? They greenlit it.
And yet here we are, 3 years later, and this man doesn't have one of the first things that you need in the development process of a film, a script.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
You've been doing all this time.
I don't think, in my opinion, Batman is a 7 out of 10 on a good day. That's if I'm in a great mood. And I don't, if I'm not picking things apart, like maybe it's a 7 out of 10 on a good day. I just don't think he's that great of a screenwriter. I think his Apes movies are probably as good as it gets. The cinematography is what made that movie as popular as it is. It's the music, the dun, 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 the dark kind of David Fincher 7 vibe.
If you
the serial killer sitting in the freaking diner, drawing in his freaking coffee latte.
Yeah.
It was the aesthetic. It
highly
got by
cinematic.
On style,
Yes. I agree. God dang. Shout out to you, man. You bringing facts. I don't disagree with a single freaking thing that you just said, bro. Shout out to you.
And I'm gonna leave it at one more thing, and I'm gonna get off the line because a lot of people calling. But I just want to say that Superman trailer, man.
What's that?
I'm not a super emotional guy or anything, but that hit home for me, man. I don't know what it was. It was the musical cue, but it was also seeing crypto come in, and just the fact that it starts with a battered Superman, so the stakes are set immediately. This guy just went against somebody who somehow put him down. He's not dead, but he got hurt. And Gunn humanizes Superman off the bat. And then he brings his dog in. He needs his dog to get him to safety. He humanizes the shit out of that character. And right there, I knew in my gut, I was like, man, Gunn just gets it. And I think we're in for something special. I really do. I think he gets that character. And I like all the quotes I've heard him say regarding the character. And I think it's going to bring a lot of people from all different sides of the aisle on whatever aisle you want to, whatever aisle you think you're a part of. I think that people are going to go out to that movie, and I think it's going to do really well, dude. I think it's going to do really freaking well.
What you
I'm
think?
Excited for it. But hey, Jody, thanks for giving me the time to come in and rant, buddy.
Absolutely.
I appreciate you. I love what you do, and I'm a big fan. Keep doing what you do.
Will do. Thanks, bro. Man, he was cooking. I didn't disagree with a single thing he said. That is amazing. I'm going to pause the phone lines to read some of these donations real quick. I will reopen them, and I'll let you know when they are open. I think that Matt is suffering from is trying to be different. The sequel kind of writes itself, but Matt wants different, and that's not good. Maybe. Toon says, make Brave and the Bold and scrap this film. Toon Tower TV. I agree. Got a dub from my dog Arkilo. Shout out to my dog Arkilo, man. He says almost 160K subscribers. Yeah! In Fat Joy's voice. I'm all the way up! I'm all the way up. He says, rest in peace, Batman film. It was cool for what it was, but I'll keep that shit away from the DCU, bro. We need a Batman that can fight. Eyes on his cowl need to be white, especially after seeing Deadpool and Wolverine. You know, they really, the white eyes, that's a for sure. My dog Knock Shadow said, y'all should cut Matt Reeves some slack. It's tough to finish a script when you have no content to steal it from. Just kidding. Kinda. I want to see the Batman and Superman become good friends. I want that too. But that could be a part of it too. When you stole the whole script, dog, and it's time for you to write some shit, that's making Chris Wozniak look like he was right, dog. You stole that motherfucking script, those ideas. And now when it comes time to write your own, you coming up short. That's what it looks like to me. Let me see if there's any other ones. DK, I got you. Got you. Knock Shadow. It was my dude, Knock Shadow. Knock Shadow says, you echoed everything that I said about DC for a while. Scrap the Batman and start fresh. It's confusing and invites drama otherwise. I won't even put Matt Reeves on Max. Some heroes are bigger than TV and streaming. Looking at you, trash Superman and Lois. Oh, hashtag fresh. You're right. And a lot of people are going to see that. And I'm glad that, you know what I'm saying, I spoke for you for a second, because a lot of people that are on the Marvel team are going to be like, it's just giving them weapons to be like, yo, y'all don't even got y'all shit together. That's just more of that. But from the inside, people who are trying to give DC a chance because they got brought in through Superman. Understand, Superman's bringing a lot of new people in. And when you get new people in, and then you see you got two Batmans and you got all this, you know, the last thing you want to do is confuse them. That's the last thing that you want to do. So, I agree. I heard that Superman and Lois was fire though, because I heard Superman and Lois was fire. I seen the first season. I was impressed with it, but I hate CW so much. I wouldn't even go that route. I couldn't watch Superman and Lois, guys, because the way the CW, I already know it's only a matter of time. But from what I heard, y'all still F with it though. So, but then again, y'all F with Smallville too. So there's that. Phone lines are open. Phone lines is open, and you're live with Jody Joe. Talk to me.
What's going on, Jody? Happy Friday, it's Batman.
Happy Friday. What's up with it, Batman? Let's talk some Batman.
Yeah, in case you didn't know, I'm a Batman fan.
Yeah, what gave it away?
Yeah, that's Batman don't need to be on Max. It needs to be in the garbage. Get rid of it. Get rid of
wait,
it.
You're a Batman fan and you want it in the garbage.
Yeah, that Batman was horrible. And to answer your question earlier, Val Kilmer still is the worst Batman.
Got it.
But
I'll give it to you.
But
yeah,
Edward,
I'll give it to you. Val's pretty trash.
Edward is still a close second.
Yeah, okay. I'll take that. So how is it that a Batman fan comes to the point where he doesn't want a Batman movie to be released? He wants it in the dumpster.
Just because Matt Reeves is a horrible director. First, even casting Robert Pattinson as Batman was already going to be a flop. I saw it coming. I knew I wasn't going to like it.
Are we giving that to Matt Reeves? Did Matt Reeves cast Robert Pattinson? I'm pretty sure he did, right?
Yeah, he casted. He casted Robert Pattinson as Batman.
That is a red flag. It's a red flag, bro.
Huge, and then like you say, going into this was going to be the first detective Batman. I was excited for that. I thought, this might be a straight Arkham movie. But look what we got. The only thing that did intrigue me into saying, okay, I'm gonna give it a shot was I did initially like the fact they was going to make the Riddler like a Zodiac type killer, and you had to find he was going to leave his riddles, and you was going to find out who won. How to solve it. I did get intrigued by that, but they failed miserably at it.
Shout out to Desmond Johnson, who became a member of Jody's Corner. Going back to what you said, man, like, when you brought up the Riddler, what instantly came to I got shivers up my spine. Because I think that Paul Dano's Riddler is garbage. I got to be honest.
I agree. But I just thought the idea, before I actually saw who got cast as Riddler, just the idea of having a Zodiac killer. Yeah.
I feel like he didn't do a good job. He wasn't as intimidating. He wasn't menacing. And overall, his riddles sucked. I thought I was going to get these dope riddles that had me captivated. And seeing Batman decipher those riddles, and then you find out, like, oh, that's what it meant. I wanted that. I didn't get none of that shit from the movie.
We didn't get none of that. And like you say, the riddlers were trash. An elementary school kid could solve those riddles.
So here we are. Here we are. You having issues. What do you think? Does knowing that that James Gunn is coming out with Brave and the Bold, does that give you some hope? Is that the Batman that you're more interested in, or what?
It gives me hope. It does give me hope. Of course, I'm still waiting to see who gets cast. But it does give me hope. And down the line, it would be great to finally get a great world finest movie with Batman and Superman together.
Man, that would be awesome.
I think that would give me chills.
That would be freaking awesome.
I think that would be awesome.
And not only that, if you look at the Batman, you ain't finna get no Robin or no Nightwing. You ain't about to get no Batgirl. That shit is a wrap. Like, it's gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be as diverse of a universe like Matt is saying that it's gonna be. You're definitely gonna get that with Brave and the Bold.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. And then like my boy was saying, I mean, he took most of my thunder away, but he straight cooked. He told straight facts. He took most of my thunder, but. Yeah, I mean, Bruce Wayne is the mask. Any Batman fan would tell you that Bruce Wayne is the mask. Sure. He has the swagger. Yep. He has the money. He's a big time player. But when he puts that mask on, you in trouble.
Facts. So what? I want to be clear where you are. What? So are you pro get rid of Matt Reeves, or are you like let him live on Max? What if you're James Gunn? What are you doing?
You can put him on Max, but if I was Gunn, I'd just straight scrap it. Scrap it.
Same. There it is.
I'd just straight scrap it. But I would compromise and say, okay, fine, you have Max, but not on the big screen.
Batman, to understand that it's been 3 years and James just outed you, said you ain't even got a script. That is blasphemous.
That is terrible. At least you should be further along than a script.
You should be filming. Have a script. Motherfucker, you should be done with freaking principle. What's going on here? You ain't got the script? You ain't cast nobody yet? Oh no, bro. That's wild. That's wild to me.
Yeah.
So thanks Batman for calling in, bro. I appreciate you, man.
All right, Jody Joe. Happy Friday, bro.
Happy Friday, man. Peace. Oh my. Understand how egregious that is. And think about the Batman fans. Think about the fans that are fans of Matt Reeves. Welcome to Jody's Corner. You are live. Talk to me.
What's up, Jody Joe? This is Trico on the line, bruh.
What up, Trico? I was just trying to let people know, like, think about all these Matt Reeves fans, because he does have a fan base. The Matt Reeves fans that are fans of this Robert Pattinson Batman, for them to hear this news after they were harassing him on freaking the internet for the last year about where's your movie, what's going on, any updates, Matt? Hey, Matt, I hate to worry you and bother you. I know you're so hard at work on the Batman film, but can you give us an update of where we are? Only to find out through James that, bruh, you ain't even got a script. Those fans are heartbroken right now hearing that, knowing that you spent 3 years and you ain't did shit. What do you think, Trico?
If I was James Gunn, I would entirely scrap the second film, because why would you announce that thing for 2027 knowing in between those in between 2025 to 2027, James Gunn could announce a Batman for his universe at any time. So that just don't make no sense to me, because I'm looking at the entire list of Chapter 1 in the DCU, Gods and Monsters.
Mm-hmm.
So you have Superman, then you have Supergirl that comes out next in 2026. Mm-hmm. Then you have Clayface. That's the next one after Supergirl.
They announced Deathstroke and Venom was announced too. You don't know when that's coming. Deathstroke and Bane and Deathstroke
and Swamp Thing. So those are the 6 that's coming out in chapter 1. So the Authority, they haven't announced the release date, so I'm pretty sure that's going to come out in 2027. And also Brave and the Bold, that could also come out in 2027.
I think Brave and the Bold is gonna be around the same time. I think Brave and the Bold's got a hot priority. If Superman, let me tell you, if Superman hits, which I think it will, now we're going past Supergirl. The DCU is starting. It's solidified. Supergirl's already coming out. I think the next major thing that James is going to want to do is but Brave and the Bold. That's what I think. But now we hear about this delay from Andy Muschietti himself. So what Matt is doing, or what he's not doing, is affecting us at the DCU, and that's a problem.
Yeah, I agree. I think that is a problem. Like, by looking at this schedule, knowing that the Brave and the Bold could come out in 2027, but then you have Batman Part 2 coming out in 2027, like, no, that's going to confuse people.